All right, welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This is your host, Bad Luck Chuck, and my guys Boogie in the middle, my guy Country on the right. We are back at it after a little bit of hiatus due to the holidays. Hope everybody enjoyed the Christmas, and hope everybody enjoyed food and gifts and all that good stuff, man. So, how did you guys enjoy the holidays yesterday?
Man, it was cool, man. The kids had fun. They got everything they wanted. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, same way,
So,
man. Daddy duty.
so, what about y'all, man? What was the best gift y'all got?
Shit, I got some grilling tools. So shit, I'm fucking with that.
I got this
Oh
dope
yeah,
hat. I got
yeah,
like a
that had.
sweatsuit too, like that a Chiefs little sweatsuit. So
I'm fucking with that.
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something about that hat, man. That hat is extremely fire, man. Like
Yeah, that
that's like
shit
the
nice.
that's the perfect yellow hat right there, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you know. No, I like it though. So it's warm too.
All right, so what was the most expensive gift y'all got y'all gift? What's the most expensive gift that y'all got y'all kids?
Life.
Okay, I mean that works. I mean that's true. He ain't lying about that.
No, my daughter got this big LOL dream house. Man, this thing got a movie theater, jacuzzi, gym, all type of stuff in it, man. I got to put it together too. My dad supposed to come over and help me put it together, man. But that's probably the most expensive thing. The teenager got a sewing machine. It's like
Mm,
and the
what's up?
baby
Mm.
got all type of. He got every man. My son got every superhero you can name, bro. DC and Marvel. Man, and PJ Masks. He got like 18 of them.
He just like you, dog. Well, that's what's up, man. Mike, what's good, man?
Mike,
Thanks for
What's
tuning
up, Mike?
in. What about you, Boogie?
shit, I got a Switch and the Oculus for one of
Oh, okay.
I'm about to come
Yeah,
over Boogie out.
them.
yeah. My cousin got the Switch. I played it a few times. It's cool, but
Oh yeah, I fuck with it.
I ain't been really been a gamer like that in like a couple of years. So you know, I'm just laying back for the time being. But I just want to say, man, I want to thank you guys, man. For all of us coming together to do this podcast, man. Thankful for you guys, man. We all able to come together to do this, man. And of course, I'm thankful for my family and some of my friends, and just besides the gifts and everything, man. I'm just thankful for a lot of things, and I'm just blessed to still be alive to be able to enjoy doing what I love while just being a regular guy trying to come up. So.
For
Hell
sure.
yeah.
But but other than that, man, let's get to it, man. First things first, we got the Atlanta Falcons this week. Kickoff's at noon tomorrow. I believe it's gonna be on
Yes.
Fox. So all we got to do is win, and we officially have home field throughout the entire playoffs. So first off, what do you guys think, man? How do you guys see this playing out? Like, what do you think the Falcons gonna try to do to throw us off our square a bit?
What can they do? No, for like the Falcons in the midst of they gonna come to play, but they can't really hang with us. I think they're in the midst of like this rebuild, tear it down situation, and it's hard to say they fight for their coach because the owner came out and said he's not gonna hire him anyway. So
which is stupid.
what
Which
are
is
they-
stupid.
Yeah, that's
this was that I didn't like that at all. It's like so, what are they even playing for at this point?
Okay, let me go on a soapbox real quick about Raheem Morris, man. Like Raheem Morris, for some reason, I don't get why he's not getting a fair shake because people forget what he did at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, he led to a 10-win season, and he helped Josh Freeman get to the Pro Bowl. Who's no longer in the league. Like he can coach. He's proven himself. Like Atlanta's been competitive since he took over as Atlanta Falcons head coach. So I don't get why that hasn't been enough for him to get hired as an Atlanta Falcons head coach. Like it's mind-boggling to me. And he comes from that Tony Dungy coaching tree, so that there within itself, you think it would be enough for him to get hired.
nah. I wouldn't do it. I'm
How,
going
how
Yeah,
come?
young. I'm getting a new quarterback. I'm getting a young coach. I don't. Raheem Morris, not for that team. He don't fit that team.
I think he does. I think he does. And he's still kind of young. Then he just hit his 40s.
Mm, yeah, I don't know if he fit that team though. They trying to rebuild, like he said. I don't think you want Raheem Morris. Didn't he lose that locker room a little bit with Tampa last time? They need to get somebody young. Start all the way over. It's over.
Well, what they gonna
But
do with Ryan and Julio Jones? They got like
Trade
60 million tied up in him.
yeah, I think they need to pull the plug on Matt Ryan, man. I think it's time to trade him, man. I
Julio
think a
too.
team,
Why not?
well, yeah, because like I think a team like the 49ers would love to have Matt Ryan
Yeah.
because Jimmy G ain't it. He ain't it in San Fran. And Julio,
49ers
yeah,
would love to have anybody at this point.
right. And plus, Kyle Shanahan worked with Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan had his best season when Shanahan was the offense coordinator in Atlanta. So that would be a good fit for him. And then Julio, I think it's time for Julio to get a new home as well. And my thing with Julio is, as great as he is, he has a hard time staying healthy, man. Like, I don't know what's up with that. Like, he's been having numerous foot injuries throughout the past few years in his career.
Yeah, especially recently. He always hurt. He never played 16 games. So between him and AJ Green, like they both need new homes.
Yeah, they at the end of their careers, man. They got like one more spot left, then they riding it out. Julio, he
Yeah.
didn't did what he been doing it for some years, but it's a wrap. His body failing him now. He need a new scenery, all that. Trade him somewhere where he got a chance to win. Be the 2 or 3 option. Well, not three. First or second option with a good 1 or 2 with him. Good quarterback, he'll be all right.
Right. And right now, he's dealing with a hamstring injury, so he's going to be out. So that's going to help the Chiefs tremendously as far as the secondary and everything. But yeah, it's disappointing, man. It's disappointing to see Julio's body break down like this. Because
Yeah.
throughout the years, you've seen how great he is. I mean, he also helped. He was also a main reason why Matt Ryan even won an NFL MVP just off his play alone. So
Well, they got Calvin Ridley. He's nice. He's up and coming. He could be your number one, and then you
He
just
here
start
now.
building around him.
No, he here now. Ain't no up and coming. He here. Really?
Yeah, and
uh,
then they went out and got Ty Gurley, and he ain't he done. So I mean, they got some holes. They got some holes, but they got a nice team. They should be. They're not competitive yet, but they got a nice team, a good team. But they not contenders yet. They not on that next level yet. To where they was when they went to the Super Bowl. They 2, 3 notches down from that.
yeah. Here's my thing with Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, as talented as he is right now, he got some years to grow a little bit more and get better. I just need to see a bigger sample size with him without Julio Jones because I think he's only had one great game, I believe, without Julio Jones in the lineup. Other than that, I mean, I've seen him get held in check quite often without Julio in that lineup. So I'm not saying Calvin Ridley's not good, but I just need to see a little bit more before I can officially say he could be a number one in the future.
Now, that's
That's
fair.
fair. Wait till you see him this week. We'll see. It'll be a good matchup.
So let's see, Breland. I think Breland had the assignment on him for the most part.
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup.
Yeah, they probably gonna try to move him around though. That's
Yeah,
what I would do.
probably maybe a mixture of Breland and Snead. I think we'll be all right.
Be a good matchup.
Now,
Snead is a top rookie corner out of all the rookie corners. He's the top one.
yeah, he got the
As far as up to this week.
yeah, he got the lowest completion percentage out of all rookie cornerbacks in the league. I think he's held quarterbacks to 55% completion rate whenever he's matched up on this guy.
Yeah,
So,
I
For a
think
fourth
last week
round
was the
pick.
first touchdown he gave up too.
Mm.
yep.
Well, how many
Yeah,
games
that
did
get
he miss? Was it 2? No, he
nah, he
missed
missed more than that.
4.
I think he missed
4 or 5.
Missed
four.
He looks like
I
a
believe he
month.
missed four. Yeah, he
4.
missed
Okay.
4 games. So, but yeah, man, it's not even balling out. But like I've been saying on this podcast, uh, he's our future cornerback number one. It's just a matter of time. So, But just to get to our end, with our injury news, Anthony Hitchens, he's still on the reserve COVID-19 list. He's going to be out. And then Damian Wilson, he's still recovering from his injury. He's also going to be out. So we are down to Ben Neiman, Willie Gay, and a few guys from the practice squad, I believe. I seen somebody got
Maury
called up today.
Cobb, I think is his name.
Yeah, Mark Kyle, yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I just seen a tweet from N. Jakey. We know Nick. He said that don't be surprised you see Ben Neiman in a dime package all game long or whatever. And I was like,
Especially how Atlanta play action. It's
yeah.
gonna be.
It's gonna be rough. He might shock you, Chuck.
I mean, he played better last week, you know what I mean? Other than when Kamara scored and he got pushed around quite a bit and he was just lost in the sauce. But other than that, man, I don't know, dog. Like, I would be concerned if Atlanta had a running game because, like, if Ty Gurley's knees weren't bad, then I would be a little concerned. But other than that, I'm not as concerned. But we'll see, man. But like Boogie said, the play action might be an issue if they can run the ball.
Even if they can't run it, they go play action though.
Right.
But what was you about
Okay,
to say,
so
Coach?
here's the question though. We played Kamara last week. We kind of held him in check, in my opinion. He plays this weekend and goes hammer time against who did they play? Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
6 touchdowns. Is the defense better than we giving them credit for?
Look, hey man, our run defense has actually gotten better. You know, comparison to last year, those guys are getting better, like how they did last year. Guys aren't getting as many 100-yard games and stuff. I feel like we were fortunate last week because we got so far ahead against the Saints to where they had to pass the ball more. Like they couldn't really establish Kamara on the ground like how they wanted to. Because like when Kamara touched the ball, he actually had decent yards. It's just that we didn't give up no big plays like that. So I think the run defense is starting to come along a little bit. It's just in time for the playoffs.
I
They
think our
get.
secondary is our strength right now, and our D line
Oh yeah.
needs to step it up.
They get
If
enough
that's fair.
credit, man. Frank Clark just made the Pro Bowl. What you talking about credit?
Man, that Pro Bowl selection is
Come
kind of
on.
sketchy.
Then
It's kind of
first and foremost, the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest.
But I'm
He
just
on the
saying
best
though.
team,
facts.
he gonna get the most votes. I
So
don't
they
think
he getting his credit.
he is getting his credit. I don't think he been playing Pro Bowl caliber. I
No.
think something wrong with Frank, man.
I
It's
don't
like
think he playing like a Pro Bowler right now.
I think if you put him on a lie detector test, he would say that.
Yeah,
But
cause
but I also think that he has these stomach issues. I don't man, something wrong there, man. He every 3-4 games that pop up, he's sick. He got a stomach issue. It's a stomach issue. Even he came out last year and was saying his diet, if he don't eat right or you
Mm.
know what I'm saying, something is going on there. Something that needs to be really fixed. Because I mean, it's becoming an issue.
yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth with the stomach issue. Cause I don't know. Cause I was wondering too, like if his diet is failing him, like is he not eating right or what? Like I don't know what's up with that, man. Cause I was just about to say he may be playing through an injury again or the stomach bug, like you said. So, but
I mean,
I still
'cause
believe he's gonna be ready for the playoffs though.
Me
me
too.
too. Because
Yeah,
when
me too.
he's on. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good when he's on, and even when he's not like sacking the quarterback, he still create enough chaos to help. You know what I'm saying? And then Warden to clean it up, or Chris Jones to clean it up, or whoever will clean it up on the other side. He's still effective, you know. But I mean, like I said, these stomach issues. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we can fix it or what do you need to do or do we need to go vegan or what? You know what I'm saying? But it's becoming like an issue. Like every 2 to 3 weeks, you got a stomach issue. You feeling sick or you know. So that's the other great thing to bring it back around. that we on the bye, we get a chance to heal up that nobody else is getting. Like the bye is so major this year because nobody else is getting it.
Right. And just to follow up on the vegan stuff, man. It seems like people getting hurt just as much going on these vegan diets, in my opinion. So I don't know. He may have to take a different route as far as diet goes.
Well, you're gonna get hurt. You gonna get hurt either way it go. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't think his stomach issue is a physical thing. I mean, well, it does a physical thing, but it's not like a hamstring or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this is something internal. You know, like what's going on? Like I know we got one of the best medical guys in the NFL. Like we should be on top of this more. You don't hit that up.
Right. So just to transition to the Pro Bowl selections anyway. We already addressed Frank Clark. We got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, of course, and then you got Eric Fisher and Tyrann Mathieu. What do you think about those selections overall?
I think everybody was a no-brainer except Clark and Fish. But I think Fish has been having a good year though.
Yeah, he been straight, but last week he was battling through a back injury. You know what I'm saying? We got to
He,
give him
he
credit for
battled
at least
through,
cutting it
bro.
out. You know.
Yeah, he battled through. You gotta give him respect and props for that because they said it was really really bad. Like that but he took it one for the team that both our tackles couldn't be out for the week. You know, so I respect Fish for that. I think he is a Pro Bowl caliber player. Maybe he might not have been the first team guy, but man, what other left tackle is just balling out this year? I give it to Fish.
Right. Because I know before he got hurt, Ronnie Stanley was at the top of the class as far as left tackles,
Baltimore. Yeah.
and then you got I think Anthony Costanzo from the Colts too. He's another top left tackle in the league. So those are the two that come to mind.
But you know, with that
But
Pro Bowl, man, if you got the best record, you go get a couple more players on there,
Right?
regardless.
Yeah,
You go get
yeah,
somebody on there. So
yeah,
you're right.
definitely.
we look like
You're right.
15-1. You can get what we got, seven, six,
Yeah,
Seven.
six.
six. Yeah,
Is it 7 or 6?
I believe he said six. No, wait a minute, because I don't think I mentioned Chris Jones. Yes, Chris Jones. That was the other
all right,
selection.
Christian.
So seven.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
seven. Yep.
Yeah.
So I would say no brainers is Pat, Tyreek, Trav, Badger, and Chris Jones. Fish was a very, very good candidate, and we might scratch our head on Frank Clark because he's been off and on. He hasn't been as consistent as he can be. So
Yeah.
I ain't really mad about none of the selections, though.
Yeah, Frank is probably the biggest question mark, but all the other ones, I mean, it's cool. I mean, Fish, like we said, Fish, I think he did good enough to sneak in there. So I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I mean, of course, there's a few snubs, obviously, just overall in the NFL, because especially at safety, man, I seen that Justin Simmons had made it. I'm like, yeah, he's a good player and all, but I felt like I felt like Jesse Bates from the Bengals. I know the Bengals are terrible, but
But
I think
yeah,
he was
yeah.
just as good. I mean, Julian Blackman from the Colts. I felt like he was just as good. Guys like that.
Yeah, it's always one of those guys, though. But it'll be hard getting in the Pro Bowl playing in Cincinnati,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
unless you
yeah.
just
All
completely
pro.
like balling. Yeah,
You
you
got to be all
completely
pro to get
balling
that
out,
selection.
Yeah, cause
you know.
like this how like there's a lot of casual fans. Like there's not many people that watch the game like us comparison to other fans. Cause another guy, James Robinson, and running back, I felt like he should have gotten in over Josh Jacobs, but just because he plays for
Yeah,
Jacksonville, he ain't gonna get that pub like that. Cause the dude,
yeah. I
he's been
don't know how
consistent all
Josh
year.
Jacobs. Josh
That's it.
Jacobs
Yep.
been missing a
And that,
lot of
and that
games
goes with
lately
TV
too.
exposure and all that.
Yep.
We, if you just watching games, you don't see Jacksonville that much. You
No.
probably seen Vegas in primetime games more than anybody. You
Mm-hmm.
know, way more than Jacksonville. You know, so
That's exactly what
it
it
ain't
is,
fair,
country.
but it
That's
ain't
exactly what
fair,
it
but it
is.
is what it is.
Yeah, like you really gotta have that, Sunday ticket or NFL Red Zone to, watch the other teams, and just study the game like that. So, but other than that, man, we're gonna move past on the Pro Bowl. We've seen that Travis Kelsey, he's currently a finalist for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. I believe he's donated 25,000 for every so number of votes or something like that. I forgot what the exact tweet was, but I think he's donating that towards charity or whatever. So, that's a good thing on his part.
Is he
Now,
still winning? He's still winning
I think he was
because he
up
was
there in the
like in the
leader.
lead for last a couple of days ago. Shout
Yeah,
out
he
to
was up.
Kayla. He tweeted,
Yeah, Kayla, she did some great promo on that. That's all I'm gonna
"Yeah,
say on that.
man, we all seen that Fenty what they call Rihanna stuff.
Yeah,
We all
yeah,
seen that post.
man, she was looking bad, boy.
Yeah, yes, yes,
Kelsey the
sir.
GOAT, man.
Yeah,
Kelsey
he
to
really.
go.
He the GOAT.
Hey, listen, real ones always get them back. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, he might need to hurry up and lock that down, bro.
Right.
But nah,
But
man, Travis is just a great guy, man. Like you don't hear nobody talking bad about Travis around the league or he's an asshole or now when he started off early in his career, he was a hothead and he was throwing flags at the referees.
Oh, that's fun.
You know, us as fans realize why he did it, like, but you know what I'm saying? He was just a hothead youngster. He was a jerk or whatever. But man, Travis has changed 180, bro. Like Travis is a model citizen, a good community guy. He's a leader on our team. He's a spokesperson. I just watched the Travis interview the other day. He did with he done Dion, he done Cam Jordan and what's the running back from Baltimore? Big Trust. They got
Mark
like a
Ingram.
podcast.
Mark
Yeah,
Ingram.
Mark
Yeah.
Ingram. They got a podcast. He was on that. He's on Pat McAfee show all the time. Like Travis he's on Colin Coward all the time. So I mean, Pat's a good spokesperson, bro. He not representing us in a bad way. So I think he might run off with this, man. He might run off with another award too. One that,
Oh yeah.
you know, the Offensive Player of the Year award. So
Yep.
it's
And
gonna be a hell of a season for Travis.
right. And we touched on that and everything. And yeah, Travis, he's definitely somebody that's marketable and somebody that's good to be in front of the cameras and everything. He has no issue with playing in front of the cameras and everything. And another thing is this, man. Just his play on the field, man, like it backs up everything that you see as far as his personality goes and the growth he's shown throughout his career. I mean, he's showing many examples of that right now.
Okay. I'm sorry. We didn't talk about this last week,
Okay.
but versus New Orleans, they was like down 14, and every time they made even a little bit of a play, they was doing a whole damn dance competition. What was that all about, bro?
Yeah, I think you
That
did touch
was
on that
crazy to
last
me.
week.
I'm sorry, this is very random, but it just hit me because Travis used to dance, but Travis don't dance when we down 14, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Have some type of pride. About just, I mean, if
Yeah,
that's how you got to play, though, but man, come on, bro.
right. Because I mean, yeah, I think you did touch on that a little bit. You know what I mean? We didn't really cover it extensively like that, but you did mention that on the last episode. I mean, I didn't get that either, man. Like, it's just funny to me how teams celebrate like that when they down, man. Like, you guys are getting whooped right now, man. Y'all really gotta be locked in. So,
Or it's like this. I'm gonna celebrate when I'm up, so I got to do it when I'm down too. I guess I'm just, but it looks stupid
Hold on,
though
what
when you
quarter was that?
down. It just looks
the,
stupid though,
I
bro.
think it was what in late in the third quarter.
It was through the whole game, bro. Every time. If
But
we didn't
nah, the
convert
obvious
our
one.
first down, they was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, bro, y'all down 14. What are y'all talking about?
Nah, but I'm talking about the obvious one when Pat got sacked and they did the grave digger with the shovel and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, man,
Talking
come on.
about right.
Come on, man. I'm sorry. I'll sidetrack, but come on,
No,
bro.
it's all good, bro. I mean, I feel you on that. But let's talk about Le'Veon Bell because everybody knows that Clyde's gonna be out, and this is Le'Veon's opportunity, and Country been hammering for the past few weeks that Le'Veon's gonna have that ultimate breakout game. You may see All Pro Le'Veon at some point, and this is a perfect opportunity for him to do that. So, but what comes to mind when I watch Le'Veon play throughout the years, I think you compare Le'Veon to Ricky Waters except with a
Hmm.
little more agility. I think Le'Veon's a little more agile. They both got that high running style. They carry the ball a little high and everything, but I say Le'Veon has a little more wiggle than Ricky Waters. But they pretty similar running style. So what do you guys think about that comparison?
Hold on. Which version of Ricky Waters? You talking about Seattle Ricky Waters? You talking about San Francisco Ricky Waters?
Well, Philly and Frisco. Let's just say that. Because I think Le'Veon's in a role right now to where,
Did he play
he
for
could
Seattle?
be, huh?
No,
What?
I was thinking to myself, he did play for Seattle, right? Am I
Yeah.
tripping?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Go
But
ahead, bro.
but I'm
No,
but I'm saying is that Le'Veon's kind of in a similar role that Ricky Waters is right now. Because remember, Ricky Waters won a Super Bowl in San Fran, and he was a key contributor, in making that happen. So I think Le'Veon's in that same position right now, to where he could be a huge contributor and play that role and help carry the Chiefs to another Super Bowl victory. So what do you guys think about that comparison overall?
well, first of all, shout out to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. Like that injury looked bad. Like it looked like he got broken half for real. So to come out of that with like a high ankle sprain or whatever he got, you know what I'm saying, is a blessing all by itself. Um, Last week was one of the games where Le'Veon Bell looked like he was like really comfortable, like finally, like comfortable, like he knew where he was supposed to be, he knew what he was supposed to do. So this week against Atlanta, he just got to build on that, and then we got next week he can build on that, and then we can rest and get him all even more involved in the offense. Man, this is a good opportunity. It's a great opportunity for him if he wants to another big payday maybe down the line or another, a double digit payday or something like that. So it's time for him to show and prove.
Yeah.
This is your spotlight, bro. The stage is all yours right now. D Williams is gonna come in and relief and probably in pass protection and all that stuff. But man, Andy Reid really get to use Le'Veon Bell as a weapon, bro. Like that's exciting to me. I want to see how he uses.
All right. So with that being said, now I feel like they kind of holding some stuff back for Le'Veon. Like you said earlier, they was kind of holding some stuff back for Le'Veon. You know what I mean? Now, one of the things I noticed is that they ain't use them in the pass game as much. They ain't use them in the screen game as much. So, do the Chiefs kind of unleash that a little bit this week, knowing that Le'Veon's gonna get a few more touches, a few more snaps?
They got to. They got to. What's the excuse? Cause he your bell cow now. So you got to start getting some practice of doing that. I think you do. Use him as a receiver more this week too.
I think you do a little bit, but also I think you kind of save some for the playoffs too. Like, cause man, but you do got to put some on tape. So another team that we about to face is like, oh, okay, dang, they can use Le'Veon like this. Like, man, we got to watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? So you just putting it in their mind, which is, we can go through a whole different game plan.
But don't
So
we already know Le'Veon can get used like that? To me, we already know you can use him every way. What do
yeah, yeah.
Le'Veon got
You see,
everything left in the tank? Is he still that same Le'Veon? 'Cause maybe
he
he
had a
ain't the
little.
same running back.
He had some juice last week, man. In my opinion, he was running with some juice. He been running with some juice. So
Right.
we'll see, man. We'll see. I think that like I said, it's his time to shine. Like he on the stage and the spotlight on him.
Yeah,
Is he more
I think
Steelers Bell or he more Jets Bell? We about to see.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I say this, man. Like he's working his way out of not being a Jets Le'Veon Bell anymore. I'm not gonna say he's still as Le'Veon Bell yet, but right now in the current system he's playing under, I mean, he's starting to work his way out of it a little bit. Like
Hmm.
Country said, you did see glimpses. We have seen glimpses and more glimpses as the weeks have gone by. So I think it maybe just be a matter of time before he finally has that breakout game where it'd be like, yep, that's why he used to be an All Pro.
And he one of them guys where it's like the first 10 carries he looked, and then it's them 15 to 20 carries that's when he break loose. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he a little bit of both right now. He definitely not Steeler prime Steeler Le'Veon Bell, but I don't think he bad New York Jets Le'Veon Bell anymore either. So maybe he got a common ground in the middle somewhere. And I mean, I think he's ready to put on the show. I think this is the opportunity that he was waiting for. It's bad that Clyde had to get hurt for it to manifest itself, but hey, that's what happens. Next man up, and we know what he can do because we seen it. You know,
Yeah.
we seen everything he can do for real. Like, cause he used to kill us. Like, so
Man.
if he got like 80% of that, I'm great with that.
Yep, exactly. So
Go
we're
get
gonna see
her.
what we're gonna see what happens to Le'Veon for these next few weeks, man. I think he's gonna show up. You know what I mean? With whatever how many touches he gets, how many opportunities he gets moving forward. So that'd be interesting. Now moving
So
forward,
so we got like what? How long till Clyde? Clyde will be out what? At least 4 weeks. So this week, next
uh,
week, bye week. Yes, okay. So we might
Probably
get him
AFC
back like by the
Championship.
second round,
yeah, we might, man.
like the championship game.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, man. I mean, best case scenario, if his injury ain't that serious, like how Big Red is saying. So.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
But just to move forward, I want to talk about the wide receiver and DB matchup that we got, man. We got a tasty matchup on our hands, man, because that Atlanta Falcons secondary has not been good all season long. And at first, Tyreek Hill was listed as questionable, but Big Red said he's good to go, so he's gonna play. And then you got Sammy and Robs and D Rob and all of them. But Atlanta's secondary is led by AJ Terrell, Isaiah Oliver, and all those other guys, man. I think they rank near the bottom or maybe at the bottom as far as defensive backs in the entire league. So you would think Tyreek Hill is just going to explode. He may have another one of those games like he did against Tampa Bay. So how do you guys see that entire matchup overall?
I think Tyreek go eat. That's gonna be my player of the week. Like you said, remember that preseason game? That's my favorite Mahomes throw. I
Yeah.
think we getting some of that this week. He going deep. I see
Yeah.
400 yards.
You
Said
you
400
see you
yards.
see.
Man.
Well, it depends though. If
Close, if not
if
four,
we not
close.
playing next week, I could see that. I could see us just throwing it all out. You know what I'm saying? If they plan on resting them next week, why
Even if
not?
they not, I mean, shit. This the Falcons. We getting
Yeah.
30 anyway. That I mean, they even worse. That's why not?
Hey,
Right. Right. Especially
that's
if we get some
that's the
decent
motto for
weather.
this week. Why not?
Why not?
Right. If we get some decent weather, then yeah, I could definitely see us airing it out, just throwing it all over them, man.
Hey, they
And
in the dome, bro. We ain't got to worry about weather.
Mm-hmm.
They in the
right.
dome, right?
Yep.
Nah, we at home, bro.
Oh yeah, my bad,
We
my
here
bad.
good.
I'm tripping. I'm
What's
tripping. I'm
weather like
tripping.
here?
It's
But
supposed to be probably what 40,
40,
50 degrees.
48.
yeah, I think
It's
in the high
cool. That's
forties.
cool for Mahomes. Shit, we good.
Yeah, you can spin it in any weather.
Yeah, that's facts right there. So yeah, man, I like what Boogie said. Boogie already jumped on it. Tyreek. I think he is gonna be our offensive player of the week, man. I think he's gonna explode. Gonna go crazy. So we should definitely win that matchup overall, man. And a 400-yard pass game is definitely possible from Patrick Mahomes. Now,
Yeah.
since we transition into that, man, defensively, like who's gonna be actually, scratch that. We want to get our offense MVPs out the way, man. Boogie already got us out the way. For me, he already got Tyreek, so I'm gonna go Sammy.
And I'm gonna switch it up, bro. I'm really gonna go McCole Hardman this week, bro.
Mm, mm,
Ooh.
I think
mm.
the fans got the chirping on him a little bit, and I think he feel like he gotta, you know, man, he ain't gotta shut the critics up, but I feel like he kind of got that on his mind. So I think McCole gonna bounce back and have a good game this week. And
Two back-to-back weeks.
but he had an off and on game last week. It was a little off, and then it was a lot on. I think he's gonna be all the way on this week.
Yeah, I can see a big play from Miko in this game. So all solid picks, fellas. Now let's go to the defense side of the ball. Who you think's gonna have a big game defensively? Who's gonna create the turnovers, man? Because Matt Ryan's gonna be due for like at least 2 or 3 picks possibly in this game.
Man, I got two guys. I got Bree and Snead. I think both of them get picks next week. This week, Bree and Snead. Snead been playing like a guy with his head on fire. You know what I'm saying? And Bree been coming through solid, physical. You know what I'm saying? He almost had two last week that he should have had. We almost had what 4 interceptions last week for real.
Right.
And Matt Ryan, he'll give you the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna take advantage this week. I think Matt Ryan's not gonna have a good game. I don't think the starter's gonna be playing in the fourth quarter, or not the whole fourth
Damn.
quarter.
You
I
don't think
think it's
so?
gonna be well. I mean, I think it's gonna be taken care of, bro.
So you think it's gonna be like how we seen Tampa Bay against Detroit today, and when Tom Brady just snapped in the first half, and then he didn't play the rest of the game? You think it's gonna be like that?
No, they better than Detroit. Shout out to Tom Brady though, because Kamara was killing me in the championship, and Mike Evans brought me all the way back. I appreciate you, bro. I
That's what's
appreciate
up.
you, Tom Brady.
Fuck fantasy
Tom
football.
terrific.
Yeah, hey
So,
man, that Kamara performance was ridiculous, bro.
Mm.
Like he really should
bro,
have had
he put
7 touchdowns.
up 56, bro. I was sick, but I had Antonio Brown. I should have played Godwin. I wish I would have had him, but I had Antonio Brown and Mike Evans, and they brought me within 3. So I'm good. I just gotta hope somebody else. I got Travis and Pat, so I ain't worried about it. But yeah, nah. Back to what we were saying. I think Brian Snead gonna make some plays. Um, man, it's always a dirty damn special.
Yeah, so basically you got part of the secondary. All
I
right,
think the
Bugs.
secondary gonna step it up.
All right, Bugs, on you, man.
No trolling. I think Ben Neiman is gonna be an important week, man, for real. For real. Because they're gonna be play action in a lot. His discipline, we're
He
gonna need him
died,
this
bro.
week,
He
man.
died.
Hitchens out. It's gonna be
Oh
it's gonna be
man.
it's gonna be an important week, man. Him and Gate.
I ain't got nothing to say on that,
We
man.
gotta see what the linebackers do this week, man. It's
The Willie Gay special.
I hope,
I
bro,
need to see
but
something out
like,
of them too. They getting
spec
tested all game.
Spags act like he don't want to play the dude, man. So it's whatever, dog. But from my end, it's gonna be Chris Jones. Chris Jones gonna push the pile. He gonna be the reason why we get pressure on Matt Ryan. He gonna be the one that forces the turnover. So I got Sack Nation, big number 95, Chris Jones, at my defense MVP.
I ain't mad about it.
All right, and before and score predictions, like how you see the game working out.
I don't do scores, bro, but I do numbers. I mean letters.
Uh,
So I got a W. I think I got a comfortable W. I don't think we're gonna have to sweat this one out. So I got a comfortable W.
But what you got?
I'm, man, you didn't talk me into it, man. I thought we was gonna win by 10. I'm gonna go Chiefs 31-24.
Okay. So yep, I because like we discussed this backstage or whatever, but I say this, man. Here's how it's gonna turn out. The Chiefs are gonna be up by 17 in the fourth quarter. The game wrapped up and everything. The Falcons gonna get a garbage touchdown. The Falcons gonna cover the 10.5. So I got the Chiefs winning 34-24.
A W. That's all I care.
Yep.
No injuries in the W. That's all that matters, bro.
Hey, I feel you on that, man. And just to close out the show, man, I just want to address something real quick, man, because it's been kind of bothering me, man. Like on Twitter, man, like I know some people don't feel my sports critiques all the time. You know what I mean? They question it or whatever, but like I want to talk about the wide receivers, man, the greatest wide receivers of our time, man. Like I seen where everybody knows Randy Moss and what he said in regards to him being the best receiver of all time, and then he put T.O. in second. And I'm like, okay, I know why he said T.O. was second because he was on the show, whatever. But I said, as great as T.O. was, I don't think he's better than Sterling Sharp. And people made a big uproar about that. And I'm like, yo, do y'all know how good Sterling Sharp used to be? Like even before Brett Favre came into the picture, he had some mediocre to terrible quarterbacks. He was playing with the Magic Man, Don Majkowski, and he played with Mike Tomczak for a bit, and he was still put up numbers. And then when Brett Favre came along, that's when he really ascended. And I tell people this, like Sterling Sharp's 1994 season, before he had his career ended due to blocking in the run game, and he had a neck injury. But his 94 season alone, the dude put up 18 touchdowns, and I think I have the rest of the stats right in front of me too, as far as what he did that 98 season. Okay, so that 94 season, he had 1,119 yards and 94 receptions. Now, to me, when you compare T.O.'s best season, I don't think T.O.'s best season compares to that, and I don't think Calvin Johnson's best season even compares to that. So, with that along with this comparison right here as well, like when you just look at their first 7 seasons, Sterling Sharp had 595 receptions, 8,134 yards, and 65 touchdowns. And you look at guys like Jerry Rice, he had 526 receptions, 9,072 yards, and 93 touchdowns in his first 7 years. And then here's T.O. He had 512 receptions, 7,470 yards, 72 touchdowns. So he got in the end zone a little bit more. But at the end of the day, T.O. had a head start. He started out with Steve Young. And then Jeff Garcia, he was decent. I wouldn't say he was a great quarterback, but he was good enough. You know what I mean? So when I make this comparison with Sterling Sharp to all the other great receivers in the league, like people forget, man. People really forget how great Sterling Sharp is, man. Like he can run any route, he's strong, and he can block. So I just wonder, like, before people come in my mentions on Twitter about some of my takes, dog, just do your research, man. Just research first before you hop in my mentions like that. That's all I'm saying. And I'm done.
Hey, now I think a lot of people don't know or didn't see Sterling Sharp because they younger, and Sterling Sharp was a beast, man, for real. He was
Yeah.
he was he was a beast. Like,
Yeah,
but man, Randy Moss tripping anyway, bro. Like Jerry Rice is the GOAT. It ain't
No,
Jerry Rice is the GOAT.
man, I'm going with Randy, dog. I'm going
Randy
with the
Moss
great,
is
listen,
the
dog.
most. I
you
say
talking about
Randy
most
Moss might be the
accomplished or
most
the best
talented
player?
receiver, but Jerry Rice did everything, bro. Like for real, he went
Most
across the
accomplished
middle
or the
and
best receiver?
huh?
Most accomplished or the best receiver?
The most accomplished, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I
Yeah.
think Randy Moss is the most talented, natural, gifted
Yeah.
receiver. Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, he the
yeah.
best. Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean, but they 1 and 2 in my opinion. Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, you can flip it either way, but them is two of the best wide receivers of all time, in my opinion. And Sterling Sharp is in that conversation, bro. He just got his career cut short,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
That's why I can't
Sterling
put him
Sharp
over
was a
T.O.
beast, bro. Huh?
Yeah, that's
That's why I can't
my
put him
bad.
over T.O.
Because
Just
his
because it.
career got cut short.
Yeah, I mean
I mean, that's
that's
fair.
what everybody would have to say, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Chris Carter be up there too, though.
Yeah, but just off that alone, man, like Sterling Sharp, just off that alone, you should be a Hall of Famer. Like there's been guys whose careers cut short before they got in the Hall of Fame. So why are we making an exception for Sterling Sharp? That's my thing.
I
Because the
think he should be in
receivers
the
is
Hall of
hard.
Fame. You
We
say
say
what?
what?
It's hard for receivers to get in.
Yeah, that's true too.
They just
That's
starting
true
to get
too.
in like that. It was only a couple receivers for a long time out of our eras that we knew. Chris
Yeah,
Carter, how many times it took him to get in? Did he get in first ballot? I thought he had to get in like he was second, third ballot, wasn't
yeah, I think he was second.
Something like that.
he?
Yeah.
T.O. was plenty of ballots.
Oh
He
yeah,
did
yeah,
three. Yeah, he did
Three,
three.
yeah,
yeah. We know why it took T.O. that
yeah.
long, man. I mean, the media didn't like him. That's
But
why.
receivers mostly the divas for the most part.
Yeah, they get the bad rep, but I mean, some of it's earned though, because some of them are divas, you know.
You got to
So
be that though, don't you?
I think Tim Brown is a great receiver. He's in the Hall of Fame, right? Tim Brown in, right?
Tim
Yeah,
Brown there.
yeah, he's in. I think he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here's
Man,
my thing. But
I thought he was gonna have a LeBron take. I was about to say, oh my god,
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
before we
no,
get out of
no,
here, how LeBron look, man? What you think
man.
about your Lakers so far? Look, before we get out of here, man.
This is a football show. I'm sticking to talking
Oh,
football on this
all
show.
right, all right.
So, all right. So just to conclude this particular topic, man. At the end of the day, man, Sterling Sharp, he definitely deserves more respect, and I wish more people would go back and look at how great he is, because he can run any route you want, man. Like he can run the hitch, he can run the stop and go. Like he made Rod Woodson look silly. You know what I mean? And then Deion Sanders himself said that he was the toughest guy to cover. And nobody's gonna go against what Deion says. So if the greatest cornerback to ever play the game is gonna say that, then how the hell is my opinion terrible? You know what I mean?
I agree with you. Do your research on Sterling Sharp, man. Sterling Sharp was a beast, for real, for real. So I go that far with you. Sterling Sharp definitely deserves more respect and more recognition for what he did in that short
Yep.
amount of time he did it.
Yep. And then like with Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, 1-2, yeah, you can flip it either way. But here's my thing, man. Like the reason why I'm gonna say Randy Moss, and it's no disrespect to Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was great. He can run any route, can catch all that. You know what I mean? But I kind of gotta doubt Jerry Rice just a little bit, just because he admitted that he used stickum. That's why I doubt
Mm.
him just a little bit. But with Randy Moss, he played with all kinds of quarterbacks. The only time he played with a great quarterback was in New England. He played with Jeff George, Brad Johnson,
Mm.
Randall Cunningham, where
Mm.
he had his breakout year. And he played with Kerry Collins, Andrew Walter, all kinds of different quarterbacks. So, and he still put up numbers. So Randy Moss overall, he just made a team better, man. He didn't have enough pieces around him to win a chip. Now with New England, he had
Wait a
enough
minute, wait a
pieces.
minute,
With New
wait a
England,
minute,
New England
wait a
Randy
had
was a
minute,
enough
character
pieces.
concern, man.
wait a minute, bro.
He was.
He played with strong arm quarterbacks because all he did was run routes. All he did was run post routes.
That's not true, man. That's
That
not
is
true.
that's a lot of truth.
That's not
He
true,
played
bro.
with Randall Cunningham, strong arm quarterback. Jeff George, strong arm quarterback. He made Culpepper look good, strong arm quarterback. He didn't
Yeah,
do nothing in Oakland. He didn't do nothing in Oakland.
he had
And
a
he
thousand
made
yards.
Tom Brady look like he had an arm that he really didn't have.
Mm.
Listen, he had a 1,000 yard season in Oakland still, despite all that.
In Oakland, he barely showed up to. That was a terrible
He
trade.
look. Man, you mentioned I just mentioned the quarterbacks he played with, like Kerry Collins and Andrew Walter. Like, come on, you can only do so much playing with them bums. You know what I mean?
He should have never went to Oakland. That's the thing.
He
But
got traded.
Yeah, he got
yeah,
traded.
he should have fought that. No, like I said, And 1 and 2, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. I ain't mad at either answer, bro.
Yeah, well, I got the freak, so you know. But anything else y'all want to cover before we get out of here?
Nah, not really. Come here. Say Merry Christmas.
Good. If we can't get no LeBron takes, I'm
Merry
done, man.
Christmas. You
Merry
said what, Boogie?
Christmas. If
You
we
said
can't
what,
get
Boogie?
LeBron takes, I'm done, man.
Bro, you'll take the Mavericks anyway, dog. Why the heck you? I'm sorry.
I
Why
just
the
want to
heck we
hear how
break?
the Lakers did.
Bro, listen. First of all, I slept through that game at the halftime. Okay, so I don't know what completely happened. So I'm just gonna
Okay,
leave it at
okay.
that, bro.
We'll take that.
But
We'll take
LeBron
that.
talk is not allowed on this show, fam. Strictly football, bro. Strictly football. But anyway, we're
Hey, we
gonna get
might
on out
have
of here, people.
yeah. Hey, shout out, and we might have some sponsors. Shout out to Wings and Things. Shout out to Global Sports, Champ Sports. My
Ooh.
guys, we working on something. We building on something. So y'all keep in tune for that. We out. Say bye. Say peace.
Peace out. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all your social media platforms. Want to thank everybody for tuning into another episode of Kingdom Cast. We'll be back at it tomorrow with the post game after the Chiefs, more than likely, officially get home field throughout the playoffs. So till then, catch y'all later.
Bring your champagne bottle.
Yes, sir.